you guys see that guy? He almost hit me. What the heck was he doing? And he was wearing a Boy Scouts outfit. Not that I don't like the Boy Scouts. I actually appreciate the Boy Scouts. But man, I would think he would have more common sense if he's wearing a Boy Scouts outfit. But welcome back to the channel, guys. How are you guys doing? Hope you're having a good day. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. You see that sun behind me? We're gonna go get hopefully, some good shots of the new truck with this sunset. Now, I absolutely love this truck, guys.
Hello.
What's up?
What are you doing?
I'm going to take shots of the truck at sunset. What are you doing?
You're gonna what?
Go take video shots of the truck at sunset.
Oh, cool. Where are you going?
To the bridge. I love you.
I love you.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
All right, guys, let's see how fast we can do a 0 to 60. Are you guys ready? Let it boost up a little bit. See the boost coming in? Ready, set, go. Spun the tires a little bit, boys. Woohoo! This thing boogies, especially when it comes up on the tire like that, or on the converter, I should say, not on the tire. When it's up, converter's making some power through there. It's like, ooh. Oh man, it just wanted to spin the tire and traction control kicked in. So I have a surprise for you guys. Well, we're gonna get into this video. So let's get into this video, and then I'm gonna show you guys a couple shots of this real quick, what the truck looks like at this beautiful sunset, and then we're gonna get back onto it. But we are going to be talking about tuning. This is a 2018 F250 Lariat. This is basically, in my opinion, no different than a Platinum or, you know, any of the other ones. The only thing this truck is basically missing is the massaging seats, and I can't think of it right this second, but whatever, the cruise control that follows somebody and, you know, keeps the speed with them. That's basically the two things this truck is missing. Other than that, it has every option you can get. And I got really dark because we were here at the spot. So we're talking about tuning though. I am trying to figure out what the best option for tuning this truck is. We will see, but let's go ahead and jump into these shots real quick. I want to show you guys the truck because I love the way this truck looks. I think it's beautiful, and you guys can tell me what you think. And the sunset, look at that, guys. We don't have much time, so let's get to it. This view, this lighting right now is so perfect. I absolutely love it. You guys can see me perfectly. I hope this video comes out as good as it looks. But let's go ahead and jump into it. What do you guys think of the video? What do you think of the truck? I wanted to get that sound clip there at the end so you guys can hear it. Let's jump back in the truck, get home because it's already getting late. My girlfriend came over to make dinner, so we're gonna do that. But man, I am in love with this truck, guys. I've never had a diesel. This is my first diesel, and so far it is thrilling, amazing. It's everything I expected and then some, and yeah, I couldn't be happier. It's been really, really good to me so far. And it only has, we do have 6,348 miles on it now. So if you guys are wondering, took a road trip, which I'll show you guys some of that video. I might have shown it before this video, might have showed it after, just depends on when I edited it. That's the first oil change was included in that video, and you can see the big mistake I did. But anyways, getting back on topic, guys, what are we gonna do and what are tuning solutions for this truck? Well, I have yet to figure out exactly what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm going to tune it myself. I have HP tuners to tune it myself. There is also the option of EasyLink and then getting somebody like PPEI or GDP, I think is what it is, or GD something. In looking at both those, I think those are both very big, very professional, should be good tunes. The things that I dislike about other people's tunes that I've seen is the breakups in the truck, the way the trucks run. I'm a performance mechanic. I could see them on the dyno breaking up, misfiring. Now, I don't know if that's a truck's fault or if that's a tune's fault. It's really hard to say. You don't know unless you're in it and you're there, because the tuner could be doing everything he's supposed to be doing and the vehicle is just not responding right. But in some of the videos that I've seen of other people and other tuners besides those two that I've mentioned, they seem to have, you know, they may be new to the game. Like myself, if I were to tune my own truck, it may have similar issues, and then I would go, you know, dang, I wish I wouldn't have spent the money on it trying to figure it out. But at the end of the day, I would just keep working at it until I figured it out. So it would be frustrating at first, but I would get through it and figure it out, because that's who I am and that's what I do. But are we going to delete this? Because that's another big thing. If we tune it, do we delete it? And, you know, that was something else that I thought about. That's something else I thought about, and I was going over in my head trying to figure out, do I want to delete this? Do I want to, you know, maintain that factory DPF? And the answer is not really. I don't want to maintain the factory DPF. I don't like it. I don't like what it does. I hate that it's inefficient fuel-wise. I hate that the truck has a 9th injector sitting in the exhaust just to literally burn more fuel to clean that dang DPF out. I think it is stupid from an efficiency standpoint. I think the EPA is dumb for doing it. And to be honest, I think it's a total way to make more money and sell more diesel fuel, as if, you know, we're not moving enough fuel to begin with. So it's kind of mind-boggling. I just hate that aspect of it. You guys can think what you want. That's my opinion on it. I think it's very stupid. And the soot that comes out of the tailpipe is literally just carbon. It doesn't do anything. And there's a lot of carbon in this world, let me tell you what. We are a lot of carbon inside of us as human beings, and we don't complain about people having too much carbon in them. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of funny how people tend to go, oh, look, you can see it, it must be bad because you can see this black stuff floating around, and that's all horrible for the environment and this and that, when really, in all honesty, it's not that bad, and it doesn't do anything but be carbon on the ground, which there's carbon in dirt and everything else. Everything almost has carbon in it. So anyways, getting a little off topic. No, I don't like the DPF. Yes, I want to delete it. That is something I think we will be doing in the near future, especially the moment this DPF gives me a problem. It is 100% coming off and this truck is getting deleted. I'm really tempted in deleting the EGR and the DPF simultaneously and getting them to, you know, and getting a tune to do that. I would 100% use HP tuners and tune this truck myself, no doubt, if I could delete it and do that, because to me it's, you know, a no-brainer. Delete it, tune it, move on with your life, and away we go. But HP tuners does not support tuning this truck with deletes. You can't do it. It'll throw a code, it'll not allow the truck to run, it'll do all that dumb stuff that will happen if you just, per se, disconnected your DPF. So we have all these, you know, stupid, silly issues that we have to deal with HP. I'd have to buy another programmer and then have that shut it off, and then go into the ECU and then tune it myself, which can be done and multiple people do. The bummer of that route is, in order for me to tune this truck, HP is wanting me to spend $400 in credits, because it's 4 credits to tune the engine, 4 credits to tune the transmission. 8 credits total, and I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe I need to be able to tune both of them. You can't just say I want to tune the engine and not tune the tranny. I think by default you have to tune them both, so you have to unlock them both. But who knows, maybe if I do it, you know, you guys will know. Yeah, so I kind of go back and forth. Do I just buy a delete pipe? And, you know, if I did it, to be honest, I'd probably keep my stock tip just to make it look stock, and not that cops here would bother me about it or anything. Like, here in New Mexico, they're very lenient. We have no emissions for diesel, so I don't have to go and drive it somewhere and have somebody look at it or anything in that nature. I mean, I could do whatever the heck I wanted to, essentially, and be a-okay with it. Now that does not mean that I'm legally allowed to delete it. I think on a federal level you're still not allowed to delete your DPF, but you know, on a state level I honestly think I can. So like I said, if this thing gives me a problem, we're going to delete it. But I don't know, I go back and forth. Should I just buy a done, you know, muffler delete, or you know, the piece of pipe that deletes the cat and the DPF, and then get a, you know, easy link and have one of those two that I mentioned, tune it PPEI or the GDP or whatever it is. I was thinking about going with the 3-syllable instead of 4-syllable. Now the only reason why I was saying that is because I've seen people tune by it and their tunes seem to be really good, really spot on, and that's something that I like, is good quality tunes. Obviously, you know, being in performance and dealing with this my whole life, I have a good leg to stand on when it comes to judging and what I see coming out of the tailpipe and what, you know, I think's going on. Now, what I think's going on and what's going on may be two different things, like the amount of fuel coming out of it and the amount of, you know, just the way it shifts, things like this. I can nitpick as a person that's tuned a little bit in my life, not much, very, very minor. I can kind of nitpick them and get into that a little bit and see, you know, what I do like, what I don't like, look at other people's truck, judge what they do from their videos online, and see what I want for me. Now, I want a truck that's gonna run pretty clean. You shouldn't have a whole lot of smoke out of the back of the truck. Some smoke is necessary, absolutely, I agree with that. You shouldn't just be rolling coal to the moon and back. That's stupid in my opinion, because that's A, how you get in trouble, and B, it's not good for your engine anyways. It's just rolling more soot through the cylinder, which means all that smoke that you see coming out of the tailpipe has to come out of the cylinder first. That means that's gonna go in the cylinder, could get by the rings, get in your oil, you know what I mean, darken your oil. Not that it truly affects the oil that much, but still, that's more unburnt fuel that's getting in your oil, contaminating it and not allowing it to do its job properly. There's lots of little things I look at when doing it. Those are a big one, is, you know, shift points and the amount of soot or smoke coming out of the tailpipe, and just overall power, what it makes power wise and all that. You want to see guys that have, in my opinion, a little bit left on the table. Now you're going to see guys making more and more power. I feel like, you know, there's trucks, some trucks are going to make more than other trucks. That's just the nature of the game. We have lots of variables that accommodate that, one being the transmission, two being the engine. So between those two, even the turbo, you know, being 3, putting it in, if your turbo's a little bit not as happy as per se somebody else's turbo, or theirs is just a little more efficient just because its tolerances were better from the get-go, or, you know, there's millions of things that go into this. So you think there's probably tens of hundreds of differences you could have between the vehicles to make them make less or more power. I just look for consistency in tunes. You want to see people that are pretty consistent. If their tunes vary, it means they're probably on the edge, and that's why you see other people's vehicles making this power, that power, and, you know, whereas other people, you're going to see them making pretty consistent power across the board on the trucks. That means they're not pushing everything to the ragged edge, because if they were, you would get that inconsistency like I talked about, because it's different between the trucks and everything else. That is, you know, what I look for, consistency, to say the least. We're gonna see. I don't know what I'm gonna go with. I don't know if I'm gonna go with the DPF delete, if I'm just gonna tune it myself for a little bit with the DPF on. The problem with both those is I want to get a little more miles on the truck to make sure we're not gonna have any problems, because it is under warranty. Yeah, we just want to see where we're at, how the truck's doing, make sure it's good. Probably get about 12 to 15, get our 3rd set of oil in there, or our 2nd oil change done, and again, verify, look through that oil, make sure it looks clean, cut the filter open and all that. Now, I have a filter from the first oil change we're gonna cut open and look at. Comment down below what you guys think I should do. If you have any input, you have a diesel, let me know what you think down below. I'm very excited to see what you guys say. Like I said, this is my first diesel, so I'm new to this game, still trying to learn it, but I do think I want to delete it and tune it. So give me your options down below. Tell me what you think. As always, I appreciate it. Keep working on your own cars, guys. Keep kicking butt. Keep figuring things out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. But as of right now, it's time for you guys to get the heck out of here.